momentum is like a big word as well when it comes to confidence, because the small step will trigger a next step and then a next step, and then you build up on that step by step. And if you kind of shift your focus away from what's not going right and you shift it to what is going right, you can kind of notice that things will change and things will shift. And you spoke about synchronicities earlier on, and
Yes.
with the self-care that you're giving yourself in those small little rituals and things that you start doing, you will feel better if we're talking about the emotional scale, and you will start attracting those synchronicities and things into your life.
If the words confidence, self-image, empowerment, uplifting feel good to you, then this is the episode for you today. Welcome everyone to Energy Unleashed, the Midlife Reset podcast. I have an amazing guest here who knows what it takes, not just surface level beauty, but from inner deep beauty, natural radiance. She has a background in the beauty industry, and she is now thriving at living her life as a confidence coach. So we're going to learn just ways to thrive in just feeling good about ourselves, our deepest truth and confidence. And I can't wait to chat with her. So welcome, Sabine Klein. How are you?
Hello, thank you so much. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You look beautiful over there with the plants in the back.
Thank
I am a
you.
nature girl.
Yes, love the plants.
I love it. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I love connecting with amazing spirits like you, and we connected off the bat with your passion is confidence and women empowerment and
Yes.
just helping people. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
And so let's just get into it. For everyone listening, what brought you to where you are now, thriving, full of confidence, and teaching others about this? What actually made you say, this is my calling and this is what I want to do?
Well, it started a few years back. I was a stay-at-home mom. I have two teenagers now, but the first couple of years when they were small, I chose to stay at home to look after them. And then when the little one started going to kindergarten, I thought this is the time to start something new. And because I always was very creative and liked to paint and draw, I wanted to do something with that. I didn't want to get a regular job again. So after searching for a while, I decided to become a makeup artist. So I went to makeup artist school. I loved it. I still do. So after graduating, you are a makeup artist, but you don't actually have a business. So I built a website and I printed business cards, but nothing really happened. So I, a friend of mine had a photo shooting for her business, and there was a makeup artist on the set, and she actually is also a mentor that mentors other makeup artists on the business side of things. So I ended up doing her course. And it was the best thing I've ever done because it just opened up so much within me, like my mindset. And I started to realize that I'd kind of been living under a bush in a way. And not only did my business then start to thrive, I ended up doing another 3 months with her. Totally had to go out of my comfort zone. I had to network and reach out to people and do things that I was really uncomfortable with. But I had results. My business started to move forward. I started to get jobs and amazing makeup contracts and things. So that was really wonderful. But also on a personal level, it opened up so much. I realized I wasn't really happy in my marriage. I wasn't really happy with the environment I was living in and things like that. So I was so impressed with this coaching. It was the first time I'd heard of coaching, that I experienced coaching. And From there, I carried on studying all things to do with coaching, like mindset, especially self-development. I was very interested in law of attraction and manifesting and things like that. So I've been continuing that journey since 10 years. And I also was thinking I'd love to actually coach other people and I could do what she did.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always in the back of my mind. And although I was enjoying my makeup artist business, I always had that in the back of my mind. About a few years ago, that's about three years ago now, I started my coaching journey. I first did the law of attraction coach, like a law of attraction life coach. I did a course in logotherapy, which was developed by Viktor Frankl, which his philosophy was that if you have a purpose in life, you can overcome any challenges that you have, which really made a lot of sense to me. But then after the first course, it didn't seem like quite the right path for me. And I had been following Jay Shetty on social media for a very long time. And I knew actually that he had a coaching school, but I had forgotten about that. And then I got a newsletter, and actually it just happened. I I had the recruitment call, or what is it called when they,
Yeah, like an introductory
yeah.
orientation call.
Yes, and they accept. Well, you have to get accepted as well, so they accepted me immediately, and I kind of just jumped into it without planning the whole thing
Like
out.
synchronicities, right?
Exactly. Yes, it's synchronicities, and sometimes it's just best just to start without overthinking everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that has been such a journey, and through being a makeup artist and experiencing so many people, especially women, over the past 10 years, I've just realized that so many women, but also men, but especially women,
Mm-hmm.
have a lack of confidence.
Yes.
So I'm kind of a person, people open up to me immediately, even if they don't know me. So when I'm doing someone's makeup, they would start telling me about their problems or about their relationships or anything. And there's just so many that wouldn't have the courage to do anything that they actually desire or to break up with their partner because they are actually very unhappy with them, or they
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the courage to start dating because they would actually love to have a new partner and things like that. So I've been coaching all these years, and I've noticed that so many women not only they don't have confidence on the outside, but also not from the inside, that a lot of them are just playing small, like saying
Yes.
things like, that's not for me, I could never do that, or there's also a lot of comparison going on. Like so many are
Yes.
comparing to their friends, and that's for her. She can do that because she's privileged or whatever, or she's beautiful and I'm not. Or so it's
Oh,
just the thing that sparked me to become a confidence coach.
I love that so much. And you know what's funny is we have similar paths. I also dabbled into makeup artistry when I
Oh
was
wow.
younger, and I had since I was little aspired to be, supermodel, and so I did the whole fashion industry while I was in school, and then after I had graduated school, did the whole model calls. I applied to America's Next Top Model and this and that.
Wow.
And when I remember being immersed in those photo shoots and the big galas. And you're right, a lot of those girls, beautiful women, but a majority of them I can recall and thinking back. And same with me back then, I may have had the outer beauty and all this and that, but deep inside, I was emotionally weak. I was in a toxic relationship. I was physically may have looked, pretty on the outside, but the
Yeah.
confidence inside, there was fear, there was self doubt, and confidence with the women around as well. Same thing, you have different energy, different mindsets with those ladies, whether it's some are more about competition, competing with others, others are more about supporting, but you being inside that field and seeing all of this too, what is something that you can share with us to just feel better, have more confidence and glow?
Yeah. Well, the first and most important thing to know about confidence that is it's a skill like any other skill and it can be learned. So a lot of people think, well, I'm just not confident. So they just tick it off and then, it's their excuse. But confidence can be learned. And it's difficult to answer your question so simply because there are so many different aspects of confidence. Like you already mentioned, there's a self-doubt or like fear of failure or fear of judgment, things like that. There's a whole mindset aspect, like we dive into this in my program. Like, where did it come from? Where did it start that you didn't feel confident, or where you started feeling the self-doubt? Because we pick it up along the way, like we do with our limiting beliefs. So depending on which aspect, there's different things we can do to start building confidence. But the most important thing is actually just to know everyone can build confidence.
Yes. And do you believe a lot of it, if not all, stems from childhood and how they're thinking?
Yeah, I think so. You pick up a lot of it in your childhood, especially till the age of 8, where we get programmed with things we hear and are told and the way we are treated as kids. But also later, you pick up things along the way of things people say and things people do. So it all starts with awareness then, where you actually start to think, well, is this actually me? Or is this somebody else that told me that I'm not good enough, or that I'm not beautiful, or that I can't do this or that? Or is it
Uh-huh.
actually me? Is it that has that belief? So it's a whole lot of mindset work that
Uh-huh.
has to be
Uh-huh.
done. But, to get started, you could kind of journal your thoughts to see what am I actually thinking the whole day? Am I being kind to myself? Am I thinking kind thoughts? Am I telling myself, oh, you're such an idiot, you could have, you know,
Yeah,
done this? Or are
right.
you really hard on yourself? Are you kind to yourself?
Because
How are you?
a lot of us do that. Like, oh, you stupid. Oh, you dummy. Why did you do that?
Yes,
It's just
exactly.
naturally. I used to do that all the time. I'm like, you dummy, you this, you that. But it's
Yeah,
true. So it's more mindset and controlling and switching automatically. We have to do it. We have to switch our mindset at all times. That's energetics, right? And you studied law of attraction as well. So maybe can you tell us the breakdown of like what's the importance of also like positive thinking and how is that going to affect your life?
definitely. So a lot of people think, okay, I just have to think positive thoughts. I have to think positive thoughts. But the thing with law of attraction is it's not just the words that you are speaking. The most important thing is the way that you are feeling, because the way that you are feeling, it gives off vibrations, and the law of attraction, that's the language. Vibration is the language of a
Yes.
law of attraction. So I explain that actually to my clients as well, and we have the emotional guidance scale. I don't know if you know it.
Yes, yes, I love that.
So it's like kind of gives you a guideline. So you can kind of check in with yourself and, okay, how am I feeling today? And then you think, oh, I'm feeling a bit irritated. And so you actually know where you are. And
Uh-huh.
when you know where you are, you can try and improve. And your thoughts are obviously going to help you with that, because if you start thinking positive thoughts, um, your emotions will often follow.
Yes.
But that's the most important thing, is to do things that are going to uplift your emotions. That's the most important thing with manifesting and trying to work with the laws of attraction.
Yes, and it's not just cliche or funny words, law of attraction. It's not make believe. It's yes, it's thrown around a lot these days, but it's a serious thing. It's all energy related. Energy is everything, and things turn to matter. So yeah, positive thinking at all times.
Mm-hmm.
You trained under Jay Shetty's organization. So that is deeply involved with deep inner work. And so even if you have the most positive person and everything's going right, sometimes terrible things can happen. I believe it's for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think a reason is that somebody who is all about positivity and doing good and such a good person, doing all the things right, yet they have some kind of like intervention or major issue that happens in their life? Confidence wise, what do you suggest they should do?
Well, I think if something like that had to happen to anyone, even if it's someone positive,
Uh-huh.
that it is something that they still need to learn. So it's like the universe or life throwing a rock in your path that you have to kind of move out the way.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It more forces you, right? Kind of forces you to take a
Forces
different
you.
direction.
Yes. And I don't know, I've kind of seen some people just step over it, step over the rock.
Yes. Yes.
And then they carry on the way they did before. But a lot of people actually do reflect and then ask, why did this happen? What can I learn from this? I really think self-reflection and awareness is like really, really so important. And if something had to happen that is like really tragic or like life-changing, I would suggest to go through it. Don't try to push it aside, or like I said, step over the rock. Like try and
Mm-hmm.
ask, what is this trying to teach me? What can I learn from this? And then take it from there and then just kind of move forward as best as you can.
Yes, we all have had those experiences, right? Growing up, and then now you're looking back saying, "Oh, uh-huh, that's what that was for." You see what goodness came out of that crazy situation.
Definitely. It's all a kind of a matter of perspective.
Uh-huh.
So even if you go back to your past and you kind of look at situations, a lot of the times there's something positive that you can get out of the situations you were in and something that you can learn from them. So you
Uh-huh.
can just change the perspective and then it's not that bad or not that negative in the end.
Yes, 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 I agree. And when I just think of confidence in general, like it makes me think we all have our upbringing and our lifestyle. Everyone's different. It's all according to how you were raised, how your environment was. Some people have more traumatic upbringings than others, whether depending on what level of spirituality you're in. Some people say prior to coming to Earth, we chose this life because these are all feelings and lessons that we're going to learn throughout our lifetime, in this earth, in this time.
Yes.
But then, so I'm thinking of like in this current reality that we're in now, I can think of multiple people I've come across, women specifically, who have just had very, very tough upbringings. So they grew up to be just very timid and not well spoken. Some of those that are, let's say, listening right now, who are still stuck and not quite satisfied in their life, but they're stuck, say, in a terrible relationship. And for a lot of women, when you grow up, maybe not having a present father or a good family support growing up, that energy just surrounds you and attracts sometimes toxic relationships, and they're stuck into a situation where they're too scared to leave. Maybe they're with a narcissist or abusive partner, whichever the case. I'm sure that they have put up with so much, and strong women, but it's
Yeah.
that confidence deep inside that is they're giving their power away to this partner and they don't have the confidence enough to just leave. And then from the flip side, I remember seeing someone who finally, it took time, but finally left the situation they were in, and her appearance is just glowing and just shining and looking so much better even 6 months after leaving that person, because that was all of her energy was just sucked by this toxic situation and environment. But what do you say for those women then who are stuck in a relationship? They're just settling. Maybe it's that they don't have the confidence to leave because they're not sure what to do or to live on their own. Maybe they have children. What would you suggest to kind of encourage them to start building that little confidence? That yes, they can do it.
Yeah, well, the most important thing is baby steps.
Huh?
So it's just little by little by little, just something small that you can do. And if we're looking at confidence and then we're looking at kind of trying to change the current situation you're in, it's like trying not to focus too much on the negative, although obviously it's there and we don't want to ignore it. And
Huh?
but kind of look for the joys that you do have and try and focus more on those. And at the same time, self-care. Self-care is really important because a lot of women in those kind of situations, they kind of give up on themselves and they don't take care of themselves because they don't feel worthy or they feel guilty or they just there for everyone else except for themselves. So even just taking a short walk every day or taking a bath or doing some exercise, some meditation, or some breath work, or take some time just to sit and drink a coffee and journal a little
Uh-huh.
bit, just like something small, just to get the ball rolling. And then momentum is like a big word as well when it comes to confidence, because the small step will trigger a next step and then the next step, and then you build up on that step by step. And if you kind of shift your focus away from what's not going right and you shift it to what is going right, you can kind of notice that things will change and things will shift. And you spoke about synchronicities earlier on, and
Yes.
with the self-care that you're giving yourself in those small little rituals and things that you start doing, you will feel better if we're talking about the emotional scale, and you will start
Uh-huh.
attracting those synchronicities and things into your life. And then you must just keep your eyes open for these little
Yes.
serendipities and things that happen, and step by step.
It's so magical when those synchronicities happen too. You're right. It's momentum, small steps, yes, and be open to seeing. I think that's the issue is when you're not open to seeing, you're so clouded in one way thinking and in the a relationship or environment that it's just taking all of your energy. You can't really see anything else. Do you do meditations at all with your clients, or are there things that you think that they should recite to their self?
I don't do meditations with my clients, but I do suggest it if they are open to doing
Uh-huh.
meditations. I love the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh, he's
Um,
amazing. He's so
and
good.
so I recommend his meditations and his books as well.
Uh-huh. What would you advise these beautiful women? Because they're strong. It's just a matter of their confidence deep inside, and they just don't know, can I leave? Can I do it? Like, what's something that you think that they should just reprogram in their mind to just start making that momentum?
They need to reconnect with themselves, with their intuition, because you know all the answers within yourself.
Uh-huh.
But so many of us have lost that along the way. So
Yeah.
we don't remember, and then we kind of feel lost and we listen to what everyone else is telling us and what society tells us to do and things like that, and we don't listen to our inner voice. So I recommend a lot of mindfulness practices, like meditation or yoga, where you can reconnect with yourself, and then the answers they will come with time and with practice, and you start to trust yourself again, and the self-doubt kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say disappears, but maybe it softens a bit, and then you will find the answers.
Uh-huh. And do you think like fake it till you make it is good? Or what would do you think
Yes, fake
fake
it
it till
till
you
you
make it?
make it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's also something you can do, because it kind of trains. If you also think of Joe Dispenza's work, you training your brain. Your brain doesn't know if something is reality or if it was just imagined. So if you're faking it and you actually feeling it, like we spoke about
Uh-huh.
earlier, the feeling part is like really important, and the emotion. So if you're faking it and you're feeling it, it's gonna train your brain to be calm about something new, and you will actually attract that into your life easier.
Yes, yeah, it's all vibration, feeling, and that
Yeah,
momentum. And over time, you do the same thing every day, every day, every day. Over time, even though you don't believe it right now, eventually you will believe
yeah.
it. And that's where your attention goes, energy follows. So
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
sure.
And it takes a lot of practice. It's like knowing all this is like one thing, but like implementing it into your life is like a whole different ball game,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
what I find, because I've been like reading books about things like this for like 10 years now. And it's like only, I would say maybe, okay, I'm being hard on myself, but I really just feel the past like 2, 3 years, it's really starting to stick, that I actually remember it during the day when, you at work and you with the kids and you doing everything that you do during the day, that you don't forget these
Uh-huh.
things. Like, how you're going to react, or if you catch yourself thinking something negative, and all those things. So that the whole awareness aspect. And I think it just takes so much practice.
It does. It's not an easy one-time
It's
thing,
not
especially
easy.
when it's programmed, like you said, up until 7, 8 years old. Whatever you were soaking up during that time, that's embedded in you, in your
Yeah,
energetic makeup. And so it's a matter also of breaking karmic cycles and reprogramming yourself for sure.
definitely, definitely.
And for us beautiful midlife women, do you think it's a little harder for those who do not quite have that confidence to build confidence at a later age, especially with our hormones all over the place?
Actually, don't think so. I kind of feel like it's maybe even more difficult for the younger generations because of the whole social media
Mm,
things that they see, because the young kids, I don't know if you see it in your kids and their friends, they have much more pressure from social media.
yes,
And I see from a lot of people that, the life they're living on social media is a completely different life to what they actually are leading. So
yeah.
I don't think someone in our age would necessarily do that as much. I don't know. What do you think?
So
I
that's
haven't actually
actually
thought
good.
about this.
Yes. Well, midlife, this we go through like so many different transitions. So
Yeah.
some of us go through awakening, some of us go through career changes, some of us go through, times, maybe even depression, saying, oh my gosh, half my life is over. There's all kinds of thoughts that come with midlife. But because hormones, I know a lot of us were very emotional, up and down. So there's a lot of things that come to play. But I think it's anybody at any age. It's just a matter of building that little self confidence within and power, and taking your power and saying, no, I'm going to do this, anything as possible, just one little thing at a time.
Yeah.
I do agree with the whole kids. I have two teens for sure. There's a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of social media and a lot of programming from the mainstream media and
Mm,
and different government bodies that are actually trying to normalize so many things these days. And with kids starting young, I have a lot of views on that, and the school systems, and so yes, so I think it is, you're right, it's a little bit more difficult for those kids to perhaps build true authentic confidence. I think that confidence, sometimes you may be confident on the outside, like, oh, look at me, but like whether it's true confidence
Confidence
within.
from the inside, yeah. And also, I think life experience, don't you think life experience gives you a certain amount of confidence?
Oh, for sure, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
I suppose it's different for everyone, but I do feel much more confident now than I did maybe 20 or even 30 years ago.
Oh,
So
yes. Yes, yes, for
I
sure.
think,
Oh, and
yeah,
thinking back then I had less fear. Confidence, I think true. More confidence now, better programming, self-talk, self-care.
yes.
Now back then it was more confidence, like more fearless in certain things.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the hormones as well, right? A lot of us ladies, then we start like thinking way too much.
Yeah.
Yes. So, question for you, within all of your experience and studying from these different amazing coaches and mentors, is there a certain mirror ritual or any kind of cutesy ritual for the ladies that they could do once in a while? Like, do you do certain rituals, or what's one that you can give to the ladies out there that will make them feel good and confident?
Well, the one thing that I really love is the power pose. I don't know if do you know it?
I think I do, but I don't want to say it wrong.
So if you
Is it like this?
it's with your hands on your hips
Huh?
and you stand up straight and your shoulders back and your
Yep.
chin up and you breathe deeply and preferably standing up.
Yes. We're in
And
our chairs right now.
especially if you're going to be in like a situation where that you're nervous about, like I don't know if it's a job interview or you're going to speak in front of people, or even if you just have to go to a party that you're feeling a little bit anxious about being around so many people, you can just do the power pose for like a minute or two. Breathe deeply. And what I also think helps is just to visualize a positive outcome, and if possible, with feeling the positive
Yes.
outcome. It always helps.
Yes.
And that's like one of my favorite tips that you can use in any situation, just to give you a little bit of a confidence boost. And otherwise, if you're feeling down or if you're feeling not confident, there's always like listening to loud music that you like and dancing around the room, or just like going, yes, yay, cheering
Uh-huh.
yourself on and giving yourself a pat on the shoulder. And then, mirror work, like you mentioned, that's also another thing that you actually look
Yes.
yourself in the mirror, and lots of people struggle with that
That's, yes, no,
so
I did
much.
too.
To
It's
actually
the
look at
weirdest.
yourself in the
Yes.
mirror and
It's the
say,
weirdest thing.
wow, well done. You actually did so well today and you look beautiful.
Yes, I remember for years ago, I heard this and I was trying to do it. And I remember when I first started, it's so awkward. And you would look in there, try to give your own self positive
Uh-huh.
affirmations. And it was just like, look away, look away. Oh, look at the eyebrow, look at, but it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
So,
And
and what
it's
do you recommend? They do it every day,
every
just do
day
it.
because
Yeah.
consistency is key.
Uh-huh.
Small
Uh-huh.
steps and consistency.
Uh-huh.
That's really important. And another thing that's really important is just to have people around you that are going to support you. And, if you have negative people around you that are going to put you down or tell you that what you're doing is silly, or, you know, you tell your dreams to, or something you have planned and they put it down, it's just really important to kind of minimize
Uh-huh.
contact with people like that,
Yes.
and maybe look for new people, like a new community that is going to cheer you on and with like-minded individuals.
Yes.
That's really important because otherwise it's going to be so hard.
Do you think for those who are following their passions, they want to start their own little business or big business, do you think it's better they keep it then to themselves, or what are your views on that?
In the beginning, definitely. It is then important also to, when you're ready, and then again, it's your intuition is going to tell you when you're ready, to share it, because when you share it, you're actually putting it out there.
Uh-huh.
It's like the first step to kind of making it real.
Yes, like a ripple, right? Like the energy starts going out and
Yes,
things start
definitely.
happening.
Yeah, but if you have all negative people around you, then no, definitely not.
Absolutely.
Definitely
Right?
not.
Right?
Yeah. But
That's important.
if you do have a good crowd and support, then yes, yes, you can talk
Exactly.
about it.
And if you feel that you want to accomplish so much and you're just feeling stuck right now, what do you suggest with that? Like if they don't have much of a support group, not so much excitement, right? Not so much
Hmm.
excitement about it, what do you suggest they do?
Well, there's a lot of communities with lots of like-minded people that are going to support you. So you could join like a group or a club or a Facebook group. There's obviously coaching. You could get a coach that's gonna give you
Uh-huh.
accountability, support in the whole journey. It's like the three C's of success is actually coaching, consistency, and community. So those are three of the
Community is a big one.
big one, definitely.
I agree. And also it's who are you surrounding yourself with? And
Yeah.
the top people that you spend majority of your time with, are they in that same mindset as you are? Are they in the same, maybe not business, but the same like go-getter mentality as you are? That would make a difference.
Are you talking about me now specifically,
Or
or
no,
in
like in
general?
somebody in general. There's so many people out there that surround themselves with people and friends, and if you're spending most of your time with these certain people that are not at that same goal or position that you want to be or lifestyle, it's going to keep you down.
Yes, definitely. So I think that you if you have plans and goals and dreams that you want to actually fulfill, it is best to also hang around people that are already there
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and not hang around with people that have no goals or no intention, because they might convince you that, that's not for you, or that's not what we want, things like that. It's
Yes.
definitely be aware of who you are spending your time with. I
Yes.
mean, you can still spend time with those people, but then talk about things
And not
other
relate.
things that are
Uh-huh.
not related to that.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Uh-huh. And
definitely.
so
That's really important.
yes, yes. And do you say that to your kids? Because I try to put that bug in my kids' ears, which they're teens and they're pretty good about that. But as they become older and blossom into their young adult life, sometimes you get sucked into just like a certain group, and it's a matter of just them being conscious and aware of, okay, what do you want to be when, what does your future self want to be? Many of us could be further along if we would have had that mentality younger on, when we were
Yeah.
younger, not spending or wasting years flatlining, surrounded by people or old friends that just held you down.
Hmm.
Again, I wouldn't change my life for anything, because I believe that we all are experiencing in this lifetime for a reason, right? We're all
Yes.
experiencing, and when it's my time to pass, off I go to my next lifetime, my next level. It's
Mm,
all to learn from, but
exactly.
it's all a matter of choice, is what I believe as well.
Yeah.
So we can choose to, before we leave this earth, we can choose to be better, depend on who we cross paths with. And are we going to choose to listen to what Miss Confidence Coach here says and do something about it? Or are we just going to say, oh, that's nice, and then then you're just going to stay flatlined for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, so it's a matter
Yeah,
of choice, and I
it
think
is.
our lives can change dramatically.
Yeah, I think they can definitely.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
we hold it all in our hands, in our own hands. So we all are all creators of our own lives. But that again is like such a big mindset thing because so many people think that life is happening to them and that they can't influence it because, they say they realists and they believe
Mhm.
what they see.
Yes, very logical minded and exactly.
Exactly. So, but then there's the others that believe, we hold the key and we can change.
It's a matter of finding then like-minded people
Yeah.
to just keep you going. Yeah, it's a matter of choice. Everybody has their own beliefs, their own truths, and it's a matter of in this lifetime, what are we gonna do with it, you know? Some
Yeah.
don't believe in any of this stuff, any
So
of the spiritual
no.
things, and yeah. Oh,
So,
that's
so
why you and I connected because we are this just good energy and
yeah.
in that path of just being our highest potential and to help lift other women who also want to
Mm-hmm.
do that,
Mm-hmm.
come with us and help teach them and guide them, mentor them.
Yeah. And you attract what you are.
Yes, yes, I agree.
So
That's so
that's
beautiful.
that's like a really important thing. So a lot of people that are not believing in creating their own lives and things like that, they won't really have much to do with me and my life because I will attract other people that are like-minded.
Hmm. And you are
Here we
confident
are.
enough. Yes, exactly. Amen, sister. And from you living that path of, you know, art and creativity and now intertwining confidence with that, yes, you're right. And you're going to attract just those things and people and opportunities that are related to that. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Energy
Hmm.
is real. I
It
love it. I
is.
love it.
Yeah.
And we have an awesome mutual friend. Shout out to Scotty for
Hey,
introducing us.
Scotty.
Scotty's on this episode too. No, but Ken, if people wanted to work with you, do you also still do makeup artistry for photo shoots, things like that?
I do. I still do a couple of shoots every month. There are a few production companies that I still work with,
Beautiful.
but my focus is on the coaching. So
Uh-huh.
I have a Facebook group called the Confidence Club.
Yes.
So all things confidence is in there. And so you can find me there. And I have a website, so it's www.sabinekleincoaching.com. It's a bit long,
Beautiful.
but anyway.
That's okay. I'm gonna drop it in our comments on this
Okay,
episode to build that confidence. Ooh, and
exactly.
TikTok.
TikTok. I love TikTok. TikTok is amazing. It's just so educational, and a lot of people really just think, oh, it's all dancing girls and stupid memes. But it is really the best content media platform, I think, in my opinion. And
Wow.
I have so much learning from TikTok because there are so
Right.
many amazing content creators talking about all of these things that we spoke about. And I contribute to that. I do one post a day with
Okay, cool.
tips on confidence and mindfulness and things like that. So I'm on TikTok
Beautiful.
also, Sabine Klein Coaching. And
Beautiful. I love that. And so this was a beautiful conversation, but give us your last words for those midlife women who just need that extra uplift and want to just feel empowered and confidence and, just take their power back and to start saying, today, I want to take that step to move forward and chase that goal that I had. What are some words for those women out there listening?
just take one step, just one tiny little step, anything, just do it. Don't
Yes.
overthink it. What was it, Mel Robbins, that 5 second rule? Count
Yes, she's
backwards. So
amazing.
it's
Yep.
five, four,
Four,
three,
three,
two,
two,
one.
one. Yep.
And just do it. Just do it.
Yep. Yes, that's so
Yeah.
true. And be excited about it.
Be
Don't get
excited
it
about it.
confused with
Yes.
anxiety, right?
Yes. Don't
No,
start
just,
overthinking.
yep.
Just do it.
Yes. Have to do it. I
And
love
another
it.
thing is that we worry too much about what other people are going to think. And the truth
Huge.
is, everyone is too busy thinking about themselves, and nobody is as concerned with you as you think they are. So just do it.
That's a good
Nobody
one.
cares.
That's a good one. Oh, and I will admit, that's what I used to think like and be like. And the moment you let go and just say, oh, just fuck it, let it go, right? Like,
Yeah.
just don't worry about what anybody thinks and who cares? Things start happening. You will
Definitely.
start taking off. And yes, finally, then you can just feel more freedom, right?
Definitely. Just get the ball rolling. Get the momentum going.
Yes. Well, this was an amazing chat, and I wore my big, bold, confident earrings for you today.
Beautiful. Love it.
This was so lovely. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
And for
you.
everybody listening here, I know you guys were lifted by this beautiful being. And
Thank you.
yes, thank everybody for listening and wishing you the best.
Thank you so much for having me.
Take care.